Sure. Hats off to Morgan State. We knew that, how they've been playing, how they'd finished last year. We knew this would be a difficult game. It turned out to be one of those that you sit there and look at it and go, two teams competing, fighting. I feel like our defense played extremely well. That was very exciting to see. Obviously, the stop on the last drive, but then numerous stops forcing them, to punt at different times and creating problems. The blocked extra point was huge. The blocked field goal was huge. When you're playing to score a touchdown at the end, that changes the whole complexion of the game. And they were trying to score there, so you change up what you're doing because you're just trying to get in position. So fired up how they played offense. I thought we had our moments, but we shot ourselves in the foot there at the end. Way too many balls on the ground after successful plays, and then 3 or 4 penalties that just killed us. I think we're down at the 20-yard line one time, down at the 18-yard line the next time, and then we find ourselves now 3rd and 50 or whatever it was, which is, we control that. We've talked about being the least penalized team. We got to do better than that, but fired up to get a win. We'll take that. Excited about that, and I thought Devin ran extremely well, and CJ did a great job coming off the edge and creating some nice plays for us. So, open it up for questions.
Can you talk about the offensive line? For 3 quarters, it seemed like they played pretty well, and I know you're dealing with a bunch of injuries at left tackle and then right guard, and the 4th quarter seemed to struggle.
Yeah, I think we got a little more down, and obviously not having Dan Volpe to finish the game. Jalen Montgomery getting his first considerable time. Thought he handled himself pretty well, except for a couple plays there. I know we gave up a couple of sacks there late, but I thought for the most part to be able to open up, our running game for Devin to average 8.6. I thought, they were doing some really nice things in there, but we've been through a couple guys now, so we've had a few injuries there. So proud of those guys stepping up and getting done what they did.
Coach, Towson and Morgan is every year an iconic game that you guys play. Going into this game, what did practices look like for you, and what were you, talking to your players, knowing you were the favorite to win?
Well, yeah, I think, for us, we say it's how we play, not who we play. And so if that got lost somewhere in the translation with any of our guys, then shame on them through the process. We, as coaches, we got a lot of respect for Morgan, knew that they were going to come in and they were going to play the way they played. And, we hurt ourselves. We did not, capitalize on the opportunities that we had. Again, those 2 fumbles. We throw an interception the first play of the game. I thought the guy played it really well, but our defense came back, held him to 3. Thought that was huge. We blew 1 coverage, on defense, and they scored a long play. Other than that, I thought our defense was lights out. So we just left too much out there on offense. I think we easily could have gotten the end zone a couple more times, but credit to Morgan. They played really tough.
Can you talk about the play Carlos and what happened at the end?
Yeah, we were trying to get him, try to change the field position a little bit, and he just kind of got shook up. So we'll get him looked at and see what takes place. I think we'll be good, but we'll see what happens.
How about his overall play?
Oh, I thought after the interception, I thought he did a really good job. And again, we thought that route would be there, and their guy played it differently than we'd seen, and nice play by that guy. But other than that, I thought he did a great job checking down. I thought his ball to Jayceon down the sideline was perfect. And, you go 21 of 28, you're doing something right, through the process.
CJ, what was the focus on defense this week after playing Cincinnati?
The focus was being consistent, not complacent, paying attention to details, knowing that going into this game that like she said, we are the favorite, but it's not who we play, it's how we play. It's about us. Like just knowing that it's about us, focusing on us, and knowing that it don't matter who we line up against, it's about us.
You guys feel you played other than that one big play to start the second half of the game?
Yes, sir. Again, like I always say, like to my teammates and everything, we can play better. We always can play better. There's always less mistakes you can make. But besides that big play, I feel like our defense really stayed unified and played together.
Devin, you had an excellent game up until that scuffle, I'll call. And I feel like it changed your perspective of the game. You started coming out playing completely differently. Can talk a little bit about that?
It was more so just trying to get my team on the same page. I was kind of being more so vocal in a sense. Downhill, making sure we had good ball security, making sure that we wasn't trying to do too much. I can see that we were getting off task. We were starting to talk back with Morgan, being out of our style of game. It was always all week. It's a nameless, faceless opponent that we're facing, and I can see that it was starting to lead away from that, and we started to bite into it. So it was more so just trying to keep us together and keep us one so we can win the game.
Coach, I know you don't talk too much about injuries, but you gotta get some guys back next week, like Joya, some of the guys defensively that you missed so far.
That's the hope. I mean, you know, it's kind of with a couple of these, they're really kind of day to day, so to speak, and we always want to put a guy in a great spot so that we get him enough practice time to where he needs to be able to, you know, go in and play at a high level. So, you know, we've had a couple guys out through the process, but you know, we'll evaluate on Monday where we're at, and feel like we'll probably get a couple guys back this week, which would be good.